Dropping $10,000 to $20,000 on a 12-day boutique expedition to the Antarctic Peninsula is a massive financial commitment. The journey physically begins at this harbor in Ushuaia, a place literally known as the end of the world. But mentally, your journey likely started long before you booked the ticket. Most travelers bring a deeply ingrained subconscious standard to this environment. We've spent years watching the BBC's Blue Planet or National Geographic specials, and without realizing it, we anchor our expectations to those specific visuals. This creates an immediate dilemma. You are trying to squeeze a highly produced, multi-year documentary experience into a 12-day commercial cruise schedule. Boarding a commercial vessel with documentary-level expectations guarantees an expensive disappointment. If you want to protect your investment, you have to run a reality check on the math behind those images. A boutique expedition gives you roughly 12 days on the water. Professional film crews operate on an entirely different timeline. This bar chart highlights the raw disparity. To get the footage you see on television, modern documentary teams execute upwards of 4,000 separate dives, logging over 6,000 hours completely underwater. Then there is the technological gap. A standard DSLR camera pointed over the rubber edge of a Zodiac boat simply cannot compete with a $1 million production arsenal. Professional crews deploy military-grade, bubble-free rebreathers so they don't disturb the marine life, and they shoot through custom ultra-high-definition megadome split lenses to capture the surface and the deep simultaneously. In pitch-black conditions, they drop specialized infrared probe cameras into the water to record behaviors that are physically invisible to the human eye. You do not have the mathematical advantage of time, nor the technological advantage of the gear. Chasing that perfect, broadcast-quality shot on a vacation is a losing battle, and it wastes the brief window you actually have in the ice. Expedition companies know travelers want great photos, which is why they offer add-ons like a $495 immersive photography coaching package. There is a real upside here. With professional guidance, you will walk away with well-composed, high-quality personal mementos of the wildlife breaking the surface. But you have to weigh the physical cost. You are committing to lugging heavy, cumbersome lenses on and off small boats, constantly fighting to keep your balance and your gear dry in a biting, freezing wind. The mental cost is even higher. You will spend your trip squinting through a tiny viewfinder, hyper-focused on the horizon, waiting tense hours for a breach that might last 2 seconds. Prioritizing the camera transforms a vacation into a grueling 12-day stakeout. By trying to capture the live moment, you routinely miss experiencing it. There is an alternative approach that trades the camera for deep observation. Expeditions include citizen science programs, where you work alongside researchers to track animal behavior in real time. When you stop worrying about focus rings and start logging sightings, the humpback whale becomes a window into deep time. You begin to see the animal as the result of a 555 million-year evolutionary lineage, stretching all the way back to our shared bilateral ancestors. Collecting this data puts you in the direct footsteps of Charles Darwin. You are practicing the same methodical observation he used to uncover the foundational laws of biology. Specifically, seeing these whales compete for krill in the Southern Ocean makes the subtitle of his most famous work, Natural Selection, a visible reality right off the bow of the ship. This illustrates the whale pump. As mammals, whales return to the surface to breathe after deep hunting. This pumps nutrients from the ocean floor into the sunlight, triggering phytoplankton blooms. These microscopic plants act as a planetary vacuum, pulling vast atmospheric carbon dioxide to fuel growth. The whale itself is a massive carbon storage unit. One whale can capture an average of 33 tons of CO2 over its life. To match that, you would need to wait 500 years for a mature live oak tree to sequester just 12 tons. Understanding this cycle reframes the entire expedition. You are witnessing a 40-ton climate engine, a vital planetary defense system in action. Avoiding a $20,000 case of buyer's remorse requires you to strictly match your personal motivations to your behavior on the ice. Looking at this scorecard matrix, we can map out 3 distinct traveler profiles. If you are the visual optimizer, buy the $495 photography package. But embrace the fact that your trip will be a grueling 12-day stakeout behind a lens. If you are the bucket lister, leave the heavy gear behind. Prioritize the raw scale of the ice and the actual sensation of being physically present in the environment. Remember that professional naturalists and filmmakers have already logged the thousands of hours required to capture the flawless visuals of this ecosystem on your behalf. And if you are the eco-conscious explorer, lean entirely into the citizen science inclusions to maximize the biological and intellectual return on your investment. Treating a commercial cruise like a film shoot is a mathematical impossibility, ruining the present moment. The true value of an Antarctic expedition comes when you step into the biological laboratory, put the screens away, and understand your place within it.